my biceps. Let's do a book haul. I don't know about your guys' library, but my library does a $5 fill a bag like 2 to 3 times a year. And this is what I got this time. We are going to be pulling from the top of the bag and going all the way to the bottom. This could take a while. And I don't even remember what all I grabbed because, once again, $5 for all of these books. Not $5 per book, $5 for all of them. The first book that I picked out of here, this cover was calling to me so hard that I had to. And the things that are written on the back of the book are saying beautiful and evocative, a coming of age story that transcends the individual and gestures to the fate of the generation. A masterwork, complex and ambitious. But anyway, this is Toby's Room by Pat Barker. Look at this cover, you guys. What? This was calling to me so hard, so I obviously had to pick it up. I am absolutely so excited to read this book. I don't even know what it's about. Have no idea. Fans of Downton Abbey and War Horse will be enthralled. I do love Downton Abbey. Okay, let's get into the next pick that I got. The Laying On of Hands. This is a 3 stories in 1 volume from one of Britain's most admired authors and playwrights. These are 3 short stories, and I think that they're going to be beautiful because, you guys, I've said this to you so many times, but I am an actor. That is my day job, is acting. So whenever I find things written by playwrights, I always gravitate towards them because I know that they're going to be writing that is going to be easy for me to read. So this one I am really excited for. It is a really simple, interesting cover. I'm excited. This is According to Jane, a warm, witty, and charmingly original story. I can't see the author's name back there. Marilyn Brandt. So this one, a woman in search of herself receives advice from the ultimate expert in matters of the heart. Ah, they're reading Jane Austen, Pride and Prejudice. Ah! Yeah, I mean, this just seems right up my alley. This seems so cute. It's a short book, like 264 pages. Less than. Yeah, this just seemed right up my alley. So sweet. Okay. This is Bed and Breakfast by Lois Battle. Look at the cover. It's beautiful. It's got tea on it and a notebook. Anyway, the back of it was really calling my name. It says, pure delight, touching and witty, sympathetic and shrewd. It's the kind of book I'll rush to tell all of my friends about. It's the book I can't wait to give my mother. So if I like this, I might be handing it over to my mom. This seemed like such a cute freaking story. Lois Battle combines a rare intuition about Southern life with her own sharp-eyed wit to write her most emotional novel to date. 10 years of family secrets, misunderstandings, and recriminations have kept the Tatternalls apart until Josie, a military widow, suddenly alerted to mortality when one of her best friends keels over during a bridge game, impulsively invites her 3 grown daughters home for the holidays at her gracious South Carolina bed and breakfast. I'm excited for this one. Next. Ooh, this one looked really interesting, and I think it was a Pretty sure, yeah, it's like a historical fiction. The Three Emperors by William Dietrich. Dietrich? Dietrich? I think it's Dietrich. That's what my brain wants to say. Anyway, doesn't that look so interesting? Like, I don't know how to explain it. The cover was calling to me. Ethan Gage has escaped after surviving the naval battle of Trafalgar. His plan to circumvent the French Empire and rescue his wife Estiza and son Harry from imprisonment by a ruthless mystic who seeks revenge for disfigurement. Very excited for that one. Twilight Whispers by Barbara Delinsky. I got a few books by this author because they all seemed so totally right up my alley. Here's the story of three families, the Warrens and the Whites, wealthy, powerful, and connected by the marriage of Deborah Warren and Mark White, and the not-so-wealthy Morals, Cassie, the loyal housekeeper for the Warrens, and her daughter, Katia, who grew up with and adores the Warren and White children. The story opens with the funeral of Deborah and Mark, who have been murdered in the course of his investigation. Robert Cavanaugh, the detective assigned to the case, traces the rise of the families to power and uncovers secrets and scandals aplenty. He also comes to admire, and I hope you will come to love, Jordan White and Katia Morell, whose futures are irrevocably linked. I like that. Give me so much. Give me so much. I don't just want a romance. I want more. Another Barbara Delinsky book. This is More Than Friends. The Maxwells and the Popes have been friends forever. The women were college roommates. Their husbands are partners in the same law firm. Their kids have grown up next door to each other, and the two families share both vacations and holidays. Barbara Delinsky. All of her books that were on the shelf called to me. I don't know who she is. I don't know what she writes. I have never read anything by her before, but they all called my freaking name. Barbara Delinsky. The Passions of Chelsea Kane. After the death of her adoptive mother, 36-year-old Chelsea Kane is consumed by the need to uncover her biological heritage. Taking a break from her successful architecture career, she arrives in New Hampshire town where she was born, determined to learn the truth, her only clue a tarnished silver key. Barbara Delinsky. Really, she's going to hit it out of the park for me, I think. Okay, let's grab another. Childish Loves. This one looked really cute, by Benjamin Markovitz. Markovitz? I'm pretty sure it's Markovitz. When Peter Sullivan, his eccentric and reclusive former colleague, dies, Ben Markovitz finds himself the literary executor of Peter's unpublished manuscripts, all of which revolve around the life of Lord Byron. An ambitious reimagining of Byron's lost memoirs leads Ben into an exploration of what these tales might reveal about the erotically charged relationship between Sullivan and one of his students, between art and life. These books all sound so great, and that's probably why I grabbed them. I don't have a problem with a single book that I have pulled out of here yet. I need more coffee. You guys are probably like, no you don't. Yes I do. I also might need to turn on a freaking overhead light. It's so dark outside. The 10th Muse by Catherine Chung. It's really pretty, really interesting. From the days of her childhood in the 1950s Midwest, Catherine knows she is different and that her parents are not who they seem. As she matures from a girl of rare intelligence into an exceptional mathematician, traveling to Europe to further her studies, she must face the most human of problems. Who is she? What is the cost of love, and what is the cost of ambition? A sweeping tale about legacy, identity, and the beautiful ways the mind can make us free. This is going to be a beautiful story. Oh, yeah. Next. The Legends of Jessie Smoke by Robert Bosch. Bosch. Bosch? Question mark. I'm so sorry to all of the authors that I mispronounce. Jessie Smoke is standing on a beach in Belize when Skip Granger, assistant coach for the Washington Redskins, first sees her. She has just thrown a regulation football what looks about a mile. They're called the Washington Redskins in here. Smoke turns out to be a quarterback for the Washington Divas, part of the Independent Women's Football League. Of course, it isn't easy for Jessie. There's no question she can play, but as the first woman in the league, she'll face scrutiny from the public and the press, and resistance from teammates and institutional forces bent on keeping America's favorite sport in the hands of men. Yes, please. Next. So We Can Glow by Lisa Cross Smith. This is a beautiful little cover. Man, I miss the stars. Sometimes I hate living in the city. From Kentucky to the California desert, these 42 short stories ranging from the 1980s and 90s to present day expose the hearts of girls and women in moments of obsessive desire and fantasy, wildness and bad behavior, brokenness and fearlessness, and more. They recall the intense friendships of teenage girls and the innate bonds between mothers, the first heady rush of desire and the pure exhilaration of womanhood, all while holding up the wild souls of women so they can catch the light. I love women. I love women. Oh, I forgot about this book. This is The Way I Found Her by Rose Tremaine. Yeah, Rose Tremaine. Look at that cover. It looks so spooky scary. Like, it's probably not spooky scary, but it looks spooky scary. When Louis Little first gazes out the window of his airless attic room and over the roofs of Paris, he has no secrets, only theories, plans, and schemes which he records in a notebook. After all, he is just a 13-year-old boy spending the summer in Paris with his mother. This sounded so good. So good. Oh no, please don't start storming. Next. This is Exiles by Jane Harper. Another really cool cover. A mother disappears from a busy festival. Her baby lies alone in the pram, her mother's possessions surrounding her. A year later, Kim Gillespie's absence still casts a long shadow as her friends and loved ones gather to welcome a new addition to the family. Joining the celebration is federal investigator Aaron Falk, who begins to suspect that all is not as it seems. This is a really pretty cover. Like, I'm excited to read this one too. Look at how thick and big the print is. Next. Oh yeah, this one doesn't even have a cover. Widow's Tears by Susan Wittig Albert. It doesn't have a cover, so boring. I know, sorry. And that also means that I definitely don't have a synopsis for this book. But I read the first chapter while I was in the library looking at books, and this seemed so cool. Next! I told you guys I came back with a freaking haul. American Ghost by Hannah Nordhaus. Hannah Nordhaus. American Ghost. The dark-eyed woman first appeared in the 1970s, standing near a fireplace in a long black gown. She was sad and translucent, present and absent at once. Strange things began to happen in the Santa Fe hotel where she was seen. Gas fireplaces turned off and on without anyone touching a switch. Vases of flowers appeared in new locations, glasses flew from shelves, and in one second-floor suite with a canopy bed and arched windows looking out into the mountains, guests reported alarming events: blankets ripped off while they slept, the room temperature plummeting, disembodied breathing, dancing balls of light. Interesting. Every single one of these books I have never heard of. I have Never heard of the authors. Every single one of these books are new to me. They're all new to me, so I'm excited. Next. Oh, this one is called Ever After, The Last Years of Musical Theater and Beyond. I'm so sorry. I'm going to have to turn on my overhead light. It started to get way too dark outside. I'm so sorry. But like I said, this is Ever After, The Last Years of Musical Theater and Beyond. It's a more detailed show-by-show history of the last quarter century in American musical theater. It explains how the storied Broadway tradition went so very wrong in so many cases. Yes! I love books about the theater. Next! Virginia Hearts by Virginia Hearts by Tamala Hancock Murray. Cute little cover. Along the back roads and homesteads of the Virginia countryside, three modern singles are trying to put life's puzzle together, not realizing they're brushing past the perfect fitting pieces. Do you guys hear the rain? I'm so sorry. It's crazy. We are definitely having tornado watches right now. Next! We are on the last three books of this haul. This is Shooting Victoria by Paul Thomas Murphy. I almost said Murray, but it's Murphy. It's a thick boy, but it looked really interesting, you guys. During Queen Victoria's 64-year reign, no fewer than 8 attempts were made on her life. Shooting Victoria is a historical narrative at its most thrilling, complete with astute insight into how these attacks revitalized the British crown at a time when the idea of monarchy was quickly becoming unpopular abroad. As Victoria herself noted, it is worth being shot at to see how much one is loved. Very interesting, this one. 2 books left. The Far Side of the Sky by Daniel Kalla. Beautiful little cover. The Nazis unleash a night of terror upon German and Austrian Jews. Franz Adler, a widowed Jewish surgeon, experiences firsthand the wave of violence sweeping Vienna when his beloved younger brother is lynched. I have been really interested in the historical books lately. Don't know why, but I have been. We are on the last book of this haul, you guys. The very last book of this haul. This is So Much a Part of You by Polly Dugan. Look at how cool this is. I love interesting covers. I really do. Anna Riley and Anne Kavanagh have had a lover in common, but it's not until a pivotal moment in one of their lives that the paths unforgettably converge. I am very excited for this book. But yeah, you guys, this entire bag, full and now empty. With that being said, Jiminy, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment downstairs. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.